This leads us to the question being discussed this evening. Did Jesus of Nazareth believe that he was God in some sense? I think that he did, and I'm going to be making a historical case to that end this evening. Before I launch into that case, I just want to make one preliminary point. As with any historical investigation, the evidence will suggest certain conclusions with varying degrees of certainty. Historians across the board are very certain that Jesus thought he had a unique relationship with God who had chosen him to usher in his kingdom, that Jesus performed deeds that astonished crowds and that both he and his followers regarded as divine miracles and exorcisms, that he taught in parables, that he was crucified on orders of Pontius Pilate and died as a result. The supporting data for these are so strong that they may be regarded as historical bedrock, facts past doubting. But there are other data for which a good amount of support exists, but which are not quite as strong as what I've just mentioned. Did Jesus regard himself as Messiah? Did he predict his imminent death and subsequent resurrection? I would place this evening's question in this category. So accordingly, my conclusion is going to be somewhat modest. Tonight I'm contending that that it's historically more probable than not that Jesus claimed to be God in some sense. Now with this preliminary issue covered, my thesis statement is as follows. There are two key truths that render it more probable than not that Jesus claimed to be God in some sense. Key truth number one, the earliest known Christian generation, and one that was most plausibly connected to the apostles, regarded Jesus as God in some sense. And I'm going to offer 3 lines of support.
Thank you. Next question is for Mike. Please qualify what you mean by in some sense in reference to Jesus' deity.
Well, that's a good question. That's tough. I guess if I were to say, I don't know that the New Testament authors are crystal clear on this, and that's why I want to state this as a preciseness to the ambiguity. If I could put it this way, I'd say if God has some sort of a divine DNA, Jesus shares that DNA. So yes, there's a subordinate relationship here. It's within a divine relationship. But from what I'm reading in the New Testament authors, and especially Paul, and how the Jerusalem apostles would have viewed it, and for me, that's the most important. It's more important than what Mark or John or Matthew or Luke think about it. It's what Paul and the Jerusalem apostles were thinking about it, and they certainly regarded Jesus as divine, as equal to God in terms of his very nature, but in terms of the divine relationship, they all considered Jesus to be subordinate to the Father.